So, like I was saying, is that's the first time a call interrupted me. Like I said, the WWE has a system that systematically messes with things, and this is what I mean because by the government standard, by the standard of the WWE, everybody has a role, everybody has a place, and this is what I'm talking about. The realism is that people don't have a sense, and because they want to put them in this little box here, and because of the fact that they have no idea where to really place them. Because the joke is, we're supposed to be okay, we're supposed to kind of play this role here, and this is what I mean. See, the WWE, and I'm using this word, and I'm using this term very lately, they have a tendency to oversaturate anything. Because now that Raw is trying to be the dominant show again, and I get it, and I understand, and I get the gist, and I get the reasoning. But here's the thing that I don't understand, right? What I don't understand is they're trying to play a game with the universe. And the thing is, now that we have certain people, and because the brand split kind of works in a different favor, the draft is coming. It is coming this year because the fact is they need more people. Because NXT is going to get oversaturated and they have to let the four spots go. That's what they had to do with EC3. That's why we didn't see EC3. We didn't see him wrestle. That's why we saw Heavy Machinery, but we really didn't. We didn't see EC3. Meaning that he's probably going to go to SmackDown and get a better deal. Because the joke is, nobody thinks that what you do in the WWE kind of matters. See, this is the point. Nobody plays the game. To think about it like that. Because when SmackDown was still kind of going in its own thing with the Ruthless Aggression era, like with them changing their aesthetic and look, they had to change the content of what they were doing. Because SmackDown was doing something else completely, what Raw was doing. And then Raw had to do something because that's when they got Edge and that's when they got Lita to do all the nudity and all the boobs and all of this. Because the thing is, we weren't supposed to know, and that was the problem right there. We didn't know. And that was the thing right there. We didn't know what was going to end up happening because the joke is everybody wanted us to put money, to put ideas, and we didn't know. See, and now I'm going to hit you with another little tidbit. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with their Attitude Era. Same exact thing with the Attitude Era. It was the same thing because they wanted to make a star. And guess who they chose to make a star? They tried to do what Mankind couldn't do. Tried to do what Undertaker couldn't do it. Then they tried Stone Cold because Stone Cold was a different animal. He was just a guy who didn't give a shit. See, and this is the point that they never really thought about. Is what are we going to do when it becomes of them? Meaning, what is NXT going to do that four of the guys have already went to the main roster, meaning that EC3 went, Lacey Evans, the Heavy Machinery, Otis Dozovic, them, and that's the thing. They're paving the way for Undisputed Era to go to the main roster, meaning they can't really separate the two. They're a tag team. That's why Sanity went as a tag team. Because the joke is you kind of have to put them all. Meaning that they're going to go. This Undisputed Era has this tendency that they're going to go and take over. They can go in there and take over SmackDown because there's no challengers. Meaning that Raw and SmackDown would have to bring them in a certain way. Because that's the thing. We need a challenger that can unify the titles. That means everybody would fight for the titles at that point for both titles instead of having a two. That's the thing. Unification doesn't happen. Because we don't have unification in WWE now. See, and that's what it should have been. Unification should have happened when Raw wanted to make itself known. Because the joke is, if they had the WWE Championship, that means they would have had the WWE Championship. Plus, they would have had the Universal. That means that every top guy would fight for both titles instead of one. Meaning the Money in the Bank contract could be used for one or both, or basically, see, what's going to end up happening, that's how I would have booked it. What's going to end up happening this year is going to happen, it's going to have an influx or a paradigm shift. That two brands are going to unify two different titles a year. Meaning the WWE Championship and the Universal Champion, meaning if it's Finn or if it's Strowman, meaning they're going to unify those titles. And what I mean by that, they're actually going to unify those titles. Because of the idea they want to unify them, they're going to do it. Unifying something is going to take a while, but it's going to happen. See, that's what they're going to do with the Ronda thing and the Asuka thing. They are going to make her and Ronda cross paths. That's what's going to end up happening anyway near its WrestleMania. Their paths are going to intersect each other. Meaning that Asuka will probably unify both women's titles because she seems like the likely competitor to do it. Meaning, if SmackDown actually wins, if she beats Ronda Rousey, that means both those titles, she's the SmackDown woman and Raw, that means they have to let the unification happen. It has to be happened. It has to be made. It has to be possible for it to happen. And that's what I mean. We don't never have anything new in the WWE. Unification must happen. That's what I mean, guys. Like, this is just all caught up to what I've been saying, and I'm telling you guys, it's the same problem that we faced when it was this point. And as I said, this is all about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the Royal Rumble. Like I said, the Royal Rumble, I know when I see it Sunday, I already know my prediction is probably going to be Braun. Somebody's probably going to show up as a special guest. Cody might do it, or the Young Bucks, because that's what they're going to do. That's why you haven't really heard anything about All Elite Wrestling since Chris Jericho. Because the joke is, there's 5 guys leaving WWE, all Elite Wrestling, but I don't think it's going to really happen because of the fact, because WWE can pay them more, and that's the thing. Here's a realization, right? Here's a big realization. Nobody ever thinks that the realization about anything is because the funny thing is the money isn't enough. It's like having a money problem and knowing that the money is wrong, but knowing that it's bad. See, that's my point. They don't really exist to have any money. Meaning that they can't. Meaning that the world can't really accept that, because the joke is it's all a bunch of crap. That's what they mean. They want everybody to believe that it is. They want everybody to believe that Raw is this good thing. And that's what I'm saying, guys. Like I said, I'm going to hit you guys with another thing. See, this is what the WWE is doing. It's making the big fish out of a small pond. And WWE is making a big fish out of a big pond. See, that's what WCW was doing, making a big fish with a small pond. With Hulk Hogan, with Ric Flair, with Macho Man Randy Savage, with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, with Stone Cold, with Brian Pillman, Mick Foley, everyone they can, even Ron Simmons. And the joke is they tried everything in the box to do it. That's why WCW and the Great American Bash didn't make any sense, because it was like, oh, we're just going to keep, like, 84 with 93, 92 was different because it was, like, more household family fun. Because look what I mean. Them having guys like Nikolai Volkov, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, all these legends that we are supposed to have. The Iron Sheik. Him, the Sheik, him, Goldust, all these dudes that we had that they've retired. But the joke is, nobody ever thinks about what they are doing with each other. That was the thing when the NWO were trying to be a faction because they were overstand. That's why if you're trying to, they tried to do it in the WWE in 2003. Really? So you tried to bring these dudes in here because Flair wouldn't sign a contract. He's like, I'm gonna have to bring in. WWE needs a lethal injection. Really? So you bought the 3 dudes that burnt your company and left you because they weren't getting paid enough. Because Ted Turner gave them a better deal and a lucrative offer. See, and this is what I mean. Sorry, guys. This is what I mean. America has this one thing. And wrestling has this one thing, and I'm going to tell you guys this a lot. They want us to feel. They want us to feel and make this idea that it's going to happen. And this is what I mean, guys. Like I said, my predictions in the Royal Rumble are going to happen. You guys can believe me, you guys can't, or don't. But I believe Braun's going to take this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go. You guys can listen to the first half of the video. It's already uploaded. I'm just doing the second half. This is a 2-part video, like I said. You guys, keep viewing the videos. Like I said, hit that. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Hit that like button, smash it. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. I will be making more videos soon. I'll probably make about 3 or 4 videos a week. Like I said, guys, thank you. Peace out. Shine on.